Tuko pamoja. Niwaulize, kama wangekuwa na akili, si wangekuwa wametueleza ni nini wanataka kufanyia Kenya? Sasa kazi yao ni kusema sisi. Sisi wa kabila hii, sisi wa kabila hii, sisi wa kabila hii. Sisi tunawaambia munatuchosha na ukabila, sisi ni wa Kenya bana. Ama namna gani? Wacheni hizo zenu, mtuambie sera ama namna gani? Na hawa jamaa unajua wamekubali. We must give it to them. Wamekubali hawana sera. Wamekubali hawana agenda. Wamekubali hawana maono. Ati ile kitu wako nayo, wako na shida na William Ruto. Mimi nataka niwaambie, kama mko na shida na William Ruto, mimi na nyinyi tutasotiana mahali ingine. Hawa wananchi wa Kenya wanataka kujua mambo yao. Wanataka kujua barabara, wanataka kujua stima, wanataka kujua maji, wanataka mpango, wanataka sera, wanataka mutaratara, wanataka kujua Kenya itabadilika namna gani.
Rais, tembea Nairobi, tembea Nairobi. Watu wanakupenda na wamekubali tusafiri pamoja.
Nipatie tutam ya Mheshimiwa Rais, tutam. Hapo ndio tuko Mheshimiwa Rais, mahali baba alituacha, hapo ndani ya Broadwest. Hawa vijana ni wako na wimbo wako Filipo, nitapelekea Mheshimiwa Rais hiyo wimbo ya tutam. Relax.
All right, to some more chaos morning for the late Emurua Dikiri Member of Parliament Johana at his home turned chaotic as two groups clashed during the morning proceedings. But the confrontation escalated when tensions between the factions boiled over, forcing police officers to fire warning shots into the air to regain control of the situation. A well-known local activist was confronted by youth amid the scuffle, highlighting the volatile atmosphere that marred what was intended to be a solemn occasion. Take a look.
Ningependa kuwaonya viongozi ambao wanatembea na kutumia vijana kwa njia isiyofaa, ya kwamba kifo ya neno sio kifo ya kutumia kuileta siasa ya kikapila.
Leo umetutumanishia vijana tu disrupt sijui mashishi. Mashishi itaendelea, Kenya itaendelea, na ujinga itakoma.
Nyinyi mtuachie shida yetu, tubebe na ndugu yetu, tumweke, tumlaze mahala pema peponi kwa amani na mapenzi, kama jamii, kama serikali. Hiyo mambo ingine ya siasa, usitumie kifo cha ndugu yetu Johana kupiga siasa, hasa zile siasa zenyu za ujinga. Hiyo hatuwezi tukakubali.
All right, moving on, Speaker Moses Wetangula has expressed deep condolences following the passing of Johana, describing him as one of the most talented and exemplary MP to have served in the National Assembly. Speaking on the loss, Speaker Wetangula highlighted Ngeno's exceptional skills in debate and his leadership, noting that he consistently set a standard for fellow lawmakers. Honorable Ngeno stood for his mastery in parliamentary proceedings, and his leadership was exemplary. Wetangula said that Ngeno's death has been widely mourned across political circles, with many recognizing his contributions to legislative process and his unwavering commitment to his constituents in Emurua Dikir.
As a parliament, we have lost one of our finest in conduct, finest in debate, finest in leadership. A member who was doing his third term, who was privileged to be the chair of the Committee on Housing, overseeing the very critical government program of affordable housing, development of public markets, development of hostels in schools, and formulating and improving and reviewing and evaluating the housing policies of this country to translate them into regulations and law. Johana was a very gifted member of parliament, never speaking out of turn, never offending the standing orders of the House, and constantly consulting where he needed to consult to make rational decisions. As a House of Parliament, as a country, and his constituents, and above all his family, we have lost heavily.
All right, moving on to the corridors of justice. 6 officers attached to the Kenya Wildlife Service have a case to answer in the alleged abduction of fisherman Brian Odhiambo, and Nakuru Court has ruled. Chief Magistrate Kipkirui Kibelion delivered the decision, stating that the court had carefully considered the evidence presented by the prosecution and found it sufficient to place the accused on the defense. Now, the 6 suspects, Francis Washira, Alexander Lorogoi, Isaac Ocheng, Michael Wabukala, Evans Kimayo, and Abdul Rahman Ali Sudi, were charged in May last year over the alleged abduction, which reportedly occurred in January following the ruling. Following the ruling, of the Odhiambo's family expressed confidence that justice will be served as the case progresses. Now, the matter is scheduled for hearing on June 8th, when the accused persons will be given an opportunity to present their defense before the court.
It is my finding that a prima facie case has been established against all the 6 accused persons, sufficiently to require each accused to make a defense. Each accused therefore is placed on defense.
Tuko na furaha kwa sababu hawa askari wameambiwa kwamba wako na kesi ya kujibu, na kama wataweza kujitetea tarehe 8 mwezi wa 6 mwaka wa 2029, vile nimesema, kuna uwezekano kwamba huenda wakafungwa.
Na kwa leo nimetoka kama roho iko na furaha kidogo, juu najua nitapata justice ya mtoto wangu. Najua Mungu atatenda.
All right, moving on, President William Ruto has announced that the government will begin construction of an international airport in June this year, in a move aimed at boosting Kenya's economic growth and strengthening its global connectivity. Speaking while inspecting development projects in Dagoretti South and Dagoretti North constituencies in Nairobi, President William Ruto said that the multi-billion shillings project is designed to position Kenya as a regional aviation hub and accelerate the country's journey towards international development standards. Now, the head of state noted that the new airport will create thousands of jobs, enhance the aviation sector, and attract foreign investment from across the globe.
Hawa majamaa wanajaribu kushindana na mimi. Hawajui vile mashule inajengwa. Hawajui vile barabara inajengwa. Hawajui vile affordable housing inajengwa. Hawajui vile soko inajengwa. Hawa jamaa hawana agenda. Hawa jamaa hawana sera. Hawa jamaa hawana mpango. Hawa jamaa hawana maono. Ni kweli ama si kweli?
Serikali ya Nairobi na serikali kuu ishirikiane ama isishirikiane. Mimi niko na bilioni 40. Rais ameniongezea ingine 80. Si ningekuwa mjinga nikikataa pesa zaidi? Wangapi mnakubalia tushirikiane na rais wetu?
At the same time, Deputy President Kithure Kindiki has cautioned his coastal development tour, has continued his coastal development tour to Taita Taveta County, where he inspected ongoing government infrastructure projects and urged residents to support the administration's development agenda. Speaking in Bura after assessing projects including road construction and market development, the Deputy President called on locals to give the government time to implement its programs for the benefit of grassroots communities. Kindiki also emphasized that the projects are aimed at improving connectivity, boosting trade, and enhancing livelihoods across the country. He also directed contractors handling road construction projects to expedite their work to ensure residents begin enjoying improved transport networks without unnecessary delays.
Iko watu wanataka wanaanza kukuletea fitina. Eti wanasema sijui nini. Sisi watu wa Taita Taveta, tukiwa viongozi wote, we want to tell them you will not get political popularity kwa kuanza kuongea mambo ya deputy president, kwa sababu hii kiti ya naibu wa rais ilienda asubuhi na mapema.
Sisi kama wajumbe hatujuti kumchagua yeye, kumweka yeye kumsaidia naibu wa rais, kumsaidia rais wetu. Yale maamuzi tuliyafanya, wengine wetu walichukia, lakini sasa yanazaa matunda.
Tumekuja hapa kuangalia baadhi ya miradi ya maendeleo ambayo inafanywa na serikali kuu katika jimbo letu la Taita Taveta. Kwa muda mrefu watu wengi wamekuwa na madharau. Unaona ya kwamba sehemu kama hii yetu ya Taita Taveta maendeleo ilikuwa inafika kidogo kidogo. Ni kweli si kweli? Ni kweli si kweli? Lakini safari hii tumesema Ile mipango yote ya maendeleo inaendelea Kenya mzima. Hata Taita Taveta lazima ipate
Members of Parliament from the Orange Democratic Movement, that is ODM, have resolved to support their party leaders' efforts to engage in dialogue with other political parties ahead of and even after next year's general elections. Now, the lawmakers, including both MPs and senators within the party, stated that the talks are expected to begin with the ruling United Democratic Alliance, that is UDA, with the aim of crafting strategies that could position ODM within the next government. National Assembly Minority Leader, that is Junet Mohammed, confirmed that ODM legislators have endorsed a delegates meeting scheduled for 27th of this month to deliberate further on the proposed political engagements.
The parliamentary group meeting also endorsed the decision of the NEC to give mandate to our party leader to start the process of negotiation with the party, with other parties, with like-minded parties, starting with the UDA party, under the way the Central Committee and the NEC Committee, the NEC Committee approved. Parliamentary group also endorsed the decision to have the National Delegates Conference on 27th of March, 27th of this month, and from Friday, the party will communicate and give the 21-day notice that is required in law. The parliamentary group also agreed to receive the report of the 10-point agenda on Tuesday at a broad-based parliamentary group meeting that will be held at KICC on Tuesday.
While still on matters politics, a coast-based opposition faction has endorsed Kalonzo Musyoka as its preferred presidential candidate in the upcoming general election. The leaders, speaking in Tononoka, that is in Mombasa, after a closed-door meeting, declared their support for the Wiper Party leader, that is Kalonzo Musyoka, saying that he represents a viable alternative for coastal residents and the country at large. During their address, they criticized President William Ruto, accusing his administration of failing to fulfill key promises to the coastal region. Among the concerns raised were unemployment, long-standing land disputes, and what they termed as inequitable distribution of national resources. But the group further alleged that the corruption has worsened service delivery, leaving many Kenyans without access to essential public services.
That the united opposition is united, that united opposition is strong, and it is unstoppable in the coastal region. Why the united oppositions? Because Kenyans are tired of the high cost of living, tired of high taxation, tired of unemployment, tired of broken promises, corruption and a failed leadership.
Watu wakifungua biashara, tax ziko juu, KRA wako pale, wamama, vijana wote wanaanza kufunga biashara zao. Ina lead nini? Ina lead kwa ujambazi.
William Samoei Ruto ni one term. Sababu zetu za kwa nini tunasema ni one term. William Samoei Ruto ameua demokrasi ya vyama vya siasa.
Na wale ndugu zetu, naomba pia wale ndugu zetu tulikuwa nao Azimio, akina Joe, waache tamaa, wakuje katika muungano wa one term.
Tunataka tukizungumza tuwe tumesikiza sauti ya wananchi. Sauti ya nani? Ya wananchi. Hiyo ndio sauti ambayo tunataka tuisikie ikitoka huko pwani. Na wananchi hawaje kuwa consulted kuhusu jambo hili. Lakini ukizunguka utawasikia wananchi wanasema hawataki hiyo njia ambayo viongozi wanajaribu kuwapeleka.
Right now, from matters politics, public health services in Mombasa County face potential disruption as doctors and the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Dentists and Pharmacists Union, that is KMPDU, have threatened to begin an official strike if the county government fails to address their long-standing demands. Speaking in Mombasa, the medical professionals complained of alleged mistreatment by their employer, noting that nearly 6 years after entering into return-to-work agreements, no significant measures have been implemented to honor the terms. Their demands include improvements in working conditions, promotions of salaries, and full implementation of previous agreements. Take a look.
We are guided by professional ethos, and therefore everybody should stick to their lane. We are tired of political interference. We are tired of undignified work, and we are demanding, and it needs to be very clear, that we are demanding respect, dignity, and fair treatment as workers of this county.
And it's a problem that has been simmering. Once it started with 1 or 2 doctors, now we have upwards of 100 doctors who have not been promoted. Same castes, same script, different castes. Our members have made a resolve that kuanzia saa 6 usiku leo kila mtu atakuwa anashiriki mgomo mpaka ule wakati ambapo kitaeleweka.
The political interference that we saw from the MPs, from the MCAs, from everyone when you're dealing with political patients is just an expressive show that county has been on strike. So today we are going to join them. We will not only join them if the county government sit down and show us or give us or meet us all these demands that we expressed. Because it is 7 days, and for us it's either the things that we outlined in our strike notice are implemented, or doctors leave the hospitals for the county government and the politicians to handle forthwith.
Right, moving on, Dan Wanyama has urged parents in Webuye West constituency whose children, especially those in grade 10, remain at home due to lack of school fees to seek assistance from his office, reaffirming his commitment to prioritizing education in the area. Speaking during the official opening of its newly constructed classrooms funded by the National Government Constituencies and Development Fund, that is NGCDF, at Webuye SA Primary School in Matulo Ward, Wanyama stated that no learner should stay out of school because of financial constraints. The legislator emphasized that his office has set aside support mechanisms to ensure needy students access education, urging affected families to come forward for help. At the same time, at the same event, Wanyama advised young people to use social media responsibly, cautioning that online conduct could negatively impact future employment opportunities. He also discouraged youth from getting inappropriate body tattoos, noting that such decisions could hinder prospects in discipline services such as the police force.
Tunaelewana? Tafadhali, kama kuna mtoto alifanya grade 9 na hajaenda grade 10, please, ofisi iko pale, wacha tujue, alafu tuone vile tutasaidia huyo mtoto, tumpatie nafasi aweze pia kujitafutia maisha katika ujana wake. So wazazi, ama umesikia ama unaona mtoto wa jirani ambaye hajaenda shule mpaka wa sasa, tafadhali wasiliana na afisi yangu ili tuweze kuona vile tunaweza kusaidia huyo mtoto. Na kwa wale ambao wali apply for the bursary by tomorrow this week, checks zitakuwa tayari, listi itawekwa na checks zitaanza kupelekwa shule. Tumejaribu ile kuhesabio kuona kwamba at least hata wale wenye huwa hawapati. Sasa tulienda kwa list tuone kama umewahi pata, leo tutakuacha kando, tupatie mwingine mwenye hajawahi pata.
Through what you have done, Mheshimiwa, last year we managed to take 82 students to C1 school. The previous school we used to call National School. Those who went to extra county schools were 115. We know you are investing here. You are investing for posterity. You are investing for the future of this community.
Our classrooms were so congested. Your intervention through NGCDF to provide 8 classrooms is so timely and we honestly appreciate.
Hii jengo iko kwa shamba yenye nilinunua wakati yenye nilikuwa kansala. Hata sio wakati ya county assembly, wakati yenye nilikuwa kansala. Na ile jengo nyingine shamba, kuna shamba kule ploti 2 nyuma, nayo nikanunua kama nikikuwa MCA.
Right, moving on to the economic front. In the heart of Westlands, a bold fashion transformation is underway, redefining how traditional African fabrics are worn and perceived. Now, what was once largely reserved for cultural ceremonies and special occasions is now making a confident statement in the corporate offices, social events, and international fashion spaces. At the center of this shift is businesswoman Victoria Ijeoma Nongu, who is blending vibrant Ankara prints with silk contemporary silhouettes to craft a modern African identity. Now, through her innovative designs, Ankara fabric, known for its striking colors and patterns, is being reimagined into stylish workwear, elegant evening outfits, and globally appealing fashion pieces. Now, the approach not only celebrates African heritage, but also positions it within mainstream and trademarked fashion conversations. Take a look.
Found Kenya to be a very interesting environment for business. Business regulation here is actually very strong and in order. And so if you're doing business in Kenya and you stay within the regulations, you are likely to thrive. On the other hand, in terms of the creativity, I found that there's a hunger for African fashion in Kenya. A lot of people at the prime of their career, at the prime of their life, want to dress to show their African uniqueness. And there are very limited options for them to do this in a normal way without feeling too dressed up or feeling that, they've overdone it. So I came in to provide fashion that is foundationally African, but is essentially contemporary, to serve a curious and thirsty public who really wants to dress African. I would say if you want to invest in Kenya, please go ahead. You're going to find the business environment to be very friendly. You're going to find that things have been put in place for businesses to run smoothly. There are regulations. Insofar as you keep in line with those regulations, nobody is going to bother you. You do your legitimate business in Kenya. And Kenya has a very strong middle class. So you have people who will be able to demand and pay for your products and services.
Right, now let's get sporty. And Harambee Starlets suffered 2-0 defeat to Benin women's national football team in an international friendly match played in Ivory Coast last night. Benin capitalized on key chances in both halves to secure the win in a tightly contested encounter that tested the Starlets' defensive resilience and attacking creativity. Despite moments of promise, the Kenyan side struggled to convert possession into clear scoring opportunities, allowing their opponents to maintain control of and seal the victory. Now, the friendly forms part of the Starlets' preparations as they continue to build cohesion and sharpen their tactics ahead of the upcoming competitive assignments. Up next for Kenyan team is another international friendly against Ivory Coast, scheduled for Wednesday, March 4th at 10 p.m. East African time. Now, the match offers an opportunity for redemption and a chance to fine-tune the strategy against strong West African opposition.
Ni build up match yetu kuprepare kwenda AFCON, so at least tumeona makosa zetu ziko hapa. The next game Ivory Coast rectify na tutakuwa na better results, sure. Yeah. Benefit hizi friendly ni kukuwa prepare, kukuwa tu ready, unaelewa. Ndio kuona place iko na mistake, ndio next training na makoches waone pale tuko na makosa warekebishe before AFCON, unaelewa. Juu Benin pia wako wa rahisi, but ilisha happen kenye imehappen. Tuna focus kwa next game ambayo ni tunacheza na Ivory Coast on Wednesday. Then after that, I think after your friend tutajua tuko wapi.
All right, moving on, Nairobi United held their final training session today as they gear up for the crucial SportPesa League match against KCB scheduled for tomorrow. That is 3 p.m. at Ulinzi Sports Complex. Speaking to the media, Coach Boniface Omondi expressed confidence in his squad's preparation and emphasized the importance of focus and discipline ahead of the fixture. Striker David Wafula also shared his optimism, highlighting the team's strong camaraderie and readiness. Now, the match promises to be an intense encounter with Nairobi United eager to strengthen their position in the SportPesa League standings, while KCB looks at assert their dominance on home turf. Fans are expected to flock the Ulinzi complex to witness the showdown.
Okay, kitu na expect kesho game ya KCB ni that prepare well. The last game tumecheza tumedraw, so ukiangalia position tuko sahi tunafikiria kuwin hiyo match na get the 3 points against KCB. So ukiangalia vile vijana pia wako prepared go well that tuta win the match. Yes, tuna as vile nawasema mara ya kwanza that tuna respect every team, as much wako na very good coach, experienced coach. Pia sisi tuko na quality. Ukiangalia pia first leg tuliwa shinda. So I think pia hiyo inaleta very good vibe kwa team that tunacheza na team iko better, na last game pia tukicheza nao first leg tuliwa shinda. So hiyo moral bado iko. So sidhani kama itakuwa ukiangalia last game against Bandari tuli create a lot of chances. Bandari walikuwa lucky that walipata 1 point kwetu. Na ukiangalia forward yetu saa hii iko Mala senior ameanza kukatch up, amescore 2 goals zikifuatana. So and then Kevin Wangai pia ukimwangalia ile nina vibe.
Right, moving on, the stage is set for the 2026 WRC Safari Rally following a major 45 million Kenya shillings sponsorship boost from Kenya Breweries Limited, that is KBL, through its premium beer brand White Cup. Now the 6th edition of the rally since its return to the World Rally Championship calendar will run from March 12th to 15th in Naivasha, attracting elite local and international drivers alongside thousands of motorist fans. Now the sponsorship was unveiled at Tusker Brew House in Ruaraka, where White Cup was also named the official pouring partner and official responsible drinking partner for the global motorsports spectacle. Under the deal, the brand will enhance the spectator experience by setting up a premium paddock-inspired zone at the iconic Mitimbili Jump. Fans will enjoy elevated viewing decks, exclusive hospitality areas of live on-screen coverage designed to mirror the experience of top-tier Formula One circuits.
So why does this matter? The Safari Rally is a national asset, and since its return to the FIA World Rally Championships calendar in 2021, it has grown into one of the most attended and most watched events in the country. Recent editions have been said to attract over 400,000 spectators over all the various stages over the week, and which is absolutely massive, and we believe that is the most watched sport currently in the country. Globally, the rally continues to draw crews from more than 20 countries, positioning Kenya firmly on the world motorsport stage. Beyond the attendance of the event, the publicity it attracts both through mainstream media and digital channels plays an important role in amplifying Kenya's visibility to millions of viewers worldwide. The economic impact is equally significant. The rally generates a total economic value of over 60 billion Kenya shillings through tourism, hospitality, transport, media exposure. And for Naivasha and the surrounding communities, Rally Week means increased business activity, job opportunities, and global spotlight. This is why the Safari Rally matters. It is sport, yes, but it is also economic empowerment. So why we are renewing our partnership? Today, we announce we are reaffirming our belief in the power of motorsport, in its fans, and the incredible platform that the WRC Safari Rally continues to be for our country.
It's another year that we're here, and for us, it's always an exciting period, an exciting time with the WRC. WRC being one of the most iconic events in the motorsport industry, and let alone within the region and beyond, and the partnership that we have had over the last 4 years under our premium flagship brand White Cup is something that we're very, very proud of. It's a partnership that has grown from strength to strength, not only in terms of contribution, but also in the numbers that we have seen attending WRC. So we are quite proud and very happy in that regard.
And thank you to White Cup to be part of this journey and supporting local drivers. We really need it because it's not easy out there. It's really tough. So when we have such corporate backing, it gives us a really good boost for us as a local talent to come fight with the international drivers.
So why does this matter? The Safari Rally is a national asset. And since its return to the FIA World Rally Championships calendar in 2021, it has grown into one of the most attended and most watched events in the country. Recent editions have been said to attract over 400,000 spectators over all the various stages over the week, and which is absolutely massive. And we believe that is the most watched sport currently in the country. Globally, the rally continues to draw crews from more than 20 countries, positioning Kenya firmly on the world motorsport stage. Beyond the attendance of the event, the publicity it attracts both through mainstream media and digital channels plays an important role in amplifying Kenya's visibility to millions of viewers worldwide. The economic impact is equally significant. The rally generates a total economic value of over 60 billion Kenya shillings through tourism, hospitality, transport, media exposure. And for Naivasha and the surrounding communities, Rally Week means increased business activity, job opportunities, and global spotlight. This is why the Safari Rally matters. It is sport, yes, but it is also economic empowerment. So why we are renewing our partnership? Today, we announce we are reaffirming our belief in the power of motorsport, in its fans, and
All right, it is exactly 32 minutes past the top of the hour. That's not to wrap up our program here on The Insight. Thank you so much for keeping us company until this particular minute. You're now up to speed. Those making headlines from across our 47 counties. Of course, in the world of sports, I was joined by Alfred Mwangi on the sign language interpretation. My name is Macharia. And do have yourself a lovely night. Enjoy the rest of your viewing. And as always, let's do this again when God says we do.